Alright, episode number 2. The episode where we're gonna shape the Arktos into the race truck that we all want to have. The build process will be like this. My thought is to use a ABS sheet or this carbon fiber looking sheet, depending on the thickness and the weight. And we're gonna do it like this. The shape is gonna be from the corners and then back a bit and then taper them in to the chassis rail here. And hopefully trying to make it as good looking as we can. And then to make it look really good, we don't just want a plain flat surface with nothing on it. I have bought stainless steel rods or stainless steel tubes here that I'm gonna bend. So my thought process is we have the bed and then we're gonna build a main hoop, and then from that we're gonna angle the skeleton both downwards and a bit inwards like this. So the rods will be pointing like this, and then when we have built the exoskeleton or the main hoop and then the sides of the exoskeleton, either I'm gonna use this fabric, it's a waterproof like sail fabric, black, and I also have a green fabric, the same textile, but I think with the color scheme that I'm thinking about, the black fabric will fit the best. And if that doesn't look good, my other thought was like this. If we have the, let's make it like this. If we have the bed and then we have the exoskeleton on it, then perhaps we could cut out this plastic and make real hard sides, so to say. Because then we could use stickers and so on to really make this a race-ready truck with the sponsors and so on the side. The way that I'm gonna try to fit or try to fasten the exoskeleton on the truck is like this. We have 4 by 3 millimeter tube, and I have bought nut insert. It's a M2 3 millimeter long with an OD of 3.2 millimeters. And this is 3, so I'm gonna try to grind that down a bit and then insert them into the tube. So then we can just drill a hole in the plastic, insert it, and then use a screw on the underside of it. If we manage that, then it's gonna be very modular and very easy to screw on and mount everything. So this is gonna be the episode 2. And then the episode 3 will be the exoskeleton on the cab itself. Because I want to make it so the exoskeleton on the cab more or less ties into the exoskeleton of the rear bed, like the Tatra racing trucks have in the real world. And then, as I said in the first episode, I have a vision that we're gonna mount 2 spare tires on the bed like this, and then perhaps if we have the space we can mount perhaps a fire extinguisher and so on to make it a bit more scale. I will not be explaining everything, I will be designing it on the side, and then I will come back to you to explain everything, involve you in the making of it. So the first thing is I'm gonna draw out good looking design for the bed, and then I will be trying out the main hoop and so on, and then I will come back to you and show where we are, and then build it along as we go and just fill in the interesting bits. I'll be back when I have done that. Okay, here you have the first update. I have made the new bed and the first hoop. I have to work a bit on the bending, but I think it looks quite promising. So I will continue building the main hoop and the main subframe. I think I will make it so that the main hoop is quite short, and then perhaps we will build on something for the side. Yeah. I will design it off camera and then come back. As I said, the insert is gonna work perfectly. Here you see I have inserted the nutsert. Then I'm gonna take a M2 screw and just screw that into it, and that one will never loosen up. So that is a success. Hopefully you can see the vision that I have now and continue building. I think it looks really good, really promising for the start here. I will let you know when I have done some more bending. See you soon. Alright, another update. I have worked a bit more. I have tried a few different ideas and I think I'm gonna stick with this one. And my thinking is that we're gonna do more of a Dakar rally or a Dakar inspired vehicle for this first edition of the car. So I'm gonna make a cage here and I'm gonna fill it out a bit more with some thinner tube like this, and then we're gonna fill the sides with fabric and get some stickers on the sides so we fit it out like a Dakar rally truck. So I'm stoked about this design, and my thinking is that it's gonna taper a bit so we get a sleeker design, so it's wider here and thinner at the top. Yeah, I think this really looks good. And I'm 3D printing some different tube benders here. This is a quite narrow center, and I'm printing an R5 center right now so we can get some wider bends, so we don't get this sharp of a bend if we want to try something else. Alright, so that's an update in the middle, and I will come back when I have made all the final designs and what I have come up with. Let's see you when I'm done. Alright, here we have the final rendition of the bed. I have braced on the tubing now, and I'm quite happy how it looks. Now the final part for the bed installation is the fabric on the sides. I will be installing that and then make the final thought and the outro and tease you what's coming next in the next episode. So I will be showcasing a few bracing. I love the bracing. I must say it's a really nice and good way to build this kind of stuff, and the exoskeleton. So I can't recommend it enough. Alright, easy as that. Now I will be smoothing it out and then continue. Alright, here we have the finished bed for now. I'm quite pleased how it turned out. I will be leaving the bed like this for now. In the end we will fit a lot more stickers here on the sides. But I have just started a few right now, so you can see the layout or the vision. And here you see the spare tires. I have 3D printed a stand. I've made it in Fusion 360 and then printed it on my 3D printer. One thing is that it's a few millimeters too high, so I'm printing a new version right now that is a bit shorter. So the tires will move down, and also the CG. So the climbability is going to be as best as it can. So how did I do the fabric sides? I want to credit my mother-in-law that helped me to create these sides. We did a template first of the tubing. This is a spare that is green, so if I want to change the layout or the looks of the car in the future, I can just take off these black sides and replace them with the green ones, and then change the color scheme of the truck. So the template was made like this, and then we turn it to the right side out, so to say, and then we can slide it on and then sew it shut here on the front side. So the finished piece is very good, and the form of it follows along really nicely. And I have painted the stainless steel tubes white, because in the end the truck will have red, white, gray and black color scheme, so then the tube fits that color scheme. That's the end of the bed. I'm very happy, as I said, so I will be leaving it like this for now. So the next step will be the exoskeleton on the cab. I will do it in the same way as I have done the bed. I will be bending the tubes with my 3D printed bender here, and then trying to find a good layout of the tubes so I can screw them onto the cab. So alright, that's it of episode 2. If you like the build series, be sure to subscribe, like and leave a comment down below. I have also a very nice and fun announcement. The channel is now a YouTube partner, so you can become a member of the channel if you want to. You can get some more perks, so that is the next step for this channel. You are making the channel what it is right now and the future, and I'm really excited what the future can hold. So if you want to support the channel and support the hobby that we're doing right here, be sure to click the membership button and be one of the Ascendees. And with that announcement, see you in the 3rd episode. Bye.